Oh, that's scary.
It's like an adventure from the top.
I have to get those before shots. No. Woo! Are you guys excited to head out? First time on the Gauley?
Nah, we've been here before.
Nice.
That's scary, dude.
Extreme.
What's up? Hey. Exactly what it is. Hello.
Hey.
It's your birthday.
Woo! Oh no. Right in my face.
It's cold and it's rainy, don't get any better than that.
Yeah. Big smile. And I'm gonna go into your helmet.
Hey, sometimes you are the show, sometimes you watch it. Today we are the show.
Good morning.
Nadia! No.
That was one day. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Nadia, and I'm going to be your very own video paparazzi today as you head down the mighty Lower Gauley. I'm going to be recording all your thrills, chills, and most importantly, spills as you head down the river. I'm going to be making you whitewater movie stars. Now let's take a look at our very first rapid of the day, Woods Ferry. Alright, so taking a look at the top of Woods Ferry, as you can see there's two pour-overs here that you want to try to watch out for. Up here at the top there's one, and there's another. And as you make your way down, you're going to be getting this huge hit here called the elevator shaft. But as you make your way down Woods Ferry, something you want to watch out for is right here. This is Julie's Juicer. Your raft ends up over there. You're going to be sure to be juiced and have an out-of-boat experience. Let's see where your run takes you going through our first big Class 4 Woods Ferry. Alright, and here comes our first raft dropping into Woods Ferry. Making their way over for that huge hit at the elevator shaft and paddling away from the juicer as they give a big confident wave. Great job to our trip leader Marilyn and crew. And looking upstream, we can see our next raft starting to drop through the top of Woods Ferry. This is Scott Batterson and crew paddling hard, paddling together, making their way through the top of that rapid. Nice huge hit there at the elevator shaft and backing it away from Julie's Juicer. Great run to Scott and crew.
Wave it, Nadia!
And here comes our next raft full. And it looks like this is a gung-ho raft. These people are going to be going big today all day. And they're going over to the right-hand bank there. Getting a big hit there. And backing it up to try to get that big hit at the elevator shaft. And oh, getting juice there. Great run. And here comes our next raft full of people. Paddling hard, working together, making it through the top of Woods Ferry. Nice, huge hit there at the elevator shaft. And paddling away from the juicer. Great run to Ann and crew. And here comes our next raffle. Nice hit there. And they're paddling it over, trying to get away from that juicer. And oh, looks like we might have some good action here. Let's see what happens. Nice run there at Woods Ferry. Great run. And here's our next raft full of folks. Paddling hard. Nice big hit there. Oh! And we have some carnage here at Woods Ferry. Bringing out the carnage beasts. We have swimmers everywhere. Getting juice. Welcome to the Lower Gauley swim team. And upstream we have our next raft dropping in. Tolly and crew. Nice big hit there. And paddling to get away from the juicer. Giving a nice big wave. And downstream we can see people being picked up from that great flip there. That was a great ride. Well, all right, folks, those are some great runs through Woods Ferry, and we had a lot of carnage there. I'm going to be headed downstream in my little kayak, and I'll be seeing you at our next big rapid. All right, folks, here we are to our next big Class 4 rapid. This is Backenders. As you make your way through these top waves and holes, you're going to be looking to get this huge hit here at the bottom. Now, as you make your way down, you want to try to stay away from these rocks here. They're highly undercut. Now, let's see how your run goes through Backenders. And here comes our first raft. We have Scott Batterson and crew paddling hard. Nice big hit there. Working their way to that huge hit at the bottom. Nice slamming hit there. Great job for Scott and crew. And here comes Marilyn and crew paddling hard through the top of this rapid. Paddling hard through Backenders. They're working their way down, cheering, seem real excited. Nice big hit there. And they're working their way down to that huge hit at the bottom. Nice slamming hit there. Great job, Marilyn and crew. And here comes our next raft, working hard, paddling together. Nice hit there. And they're making their way down to the big hit at the bottom. Hitting the rock. Nice job. And here comes our next raft. And a nice hit there for Ann and crew. And here comes our next raft. Jen and crew working their way down. Nice huge hit there. And they're a nice big crunching hit there. And here comes our special boat. Looks like they're backloading the raft. And let's see how they do down here. Nice big hit there. Great job. And here comes Tolly and crew working together, paddling hard. Nice big hit there at the bottom. Well, all right, folks, that about wraps it up for backenders. Now I'm going to be headed downstream to our lunch spot for a little bit of grub, and I'll be seeing you at our first big class 5. All right, folks, here we are to class 5 land. We've gone through the warm, those class 2s, those class 3s, and here we are to our first big class 5. Now you folks better have your game faces on for this big class 5. I'm gonna get my game face on just to be ready with you guys. All right, give me 1 second. All right, that didn't quite work. Give me 2 more tries. All right, one more, just one more try. I swear I'll get my game face on. Borkland's Flume. Whoa! Well, all right, folks, this is my game face. Let's see what yours looks like going through Kuntz's Flume. All right, now just taking a look at Kuntz's Flume. There's some holes up here that you want to try to watch out for, but as you make your way down, there's going to be a huge hit here in the middle. But what makes the class 5 is this sieve and this huge outside undercut right here. So as you can see, there's a lot of really great hits and great holes. And right here at the bottom, finishing it all off, is 5-boat hole. Let's see where your run takes you going through Kuntz's Flume. All right, here comes our first raft with Marilyn and crew dropping into Kuntz's Flume. Catching a big hit here at the top, giving a wave as they make it past the undercut and down to 5-boat hole. And here comes our next raft with Tolly and crew, setting up for that big flume run right next to it. And that was a great run through. And here comes our special little yellow raft, paddling through the top with Matt and crew. Getting a good hit there. And headed down to 5-boat hole. And here comes Ann and crew getting a good hit there at the top. Trying to set up for that big hit in the middle. And huge hit there in the middle. Great run. Getting another really big hit, spinning them around into a surf. Woo! Yeah, surf it up. And heading downstream. And here comes our next raffle. Getting a big hit there at the top. Trying to get set up for that big hit in the middle. Huge hit there in the middle. Nice big hit there. And running down into 5-boat. And here comes Scott and crew getting that big hit right up the top. Setting up for the huge drop in the middle. Nice, huge drop there. Getting a big hit there in the middle. And continuing on downstream. Comes Jen and crew paddling hard, working together. Getting a huge hit there at the top. Nice big hit there at the middle. And having a great ride through the rest of the rapid. Well, all right, folks, that about wraps it up for Kuntz's Flume. I'm going to be headed downstream to our next big Class 5 rapid at Lower Mash. I'll be seeing you there for some more whitewater action.
Are you? No, I'm not even.
last 5. This is Lower Mash. As you make your way down through these big waves right here and huge hits, you want to watch out for these rocks right here. They're called the Nutcrackers, and they're very, very undercut. All right, let's see how your run goes through Lower Mash. And here's our first raft with a big hit here at Lower Mash. Big paddle pat high five at the end. Nice huge hit there. Oh my God. And that was a great run for Tolly and crew. Those are some great runs through Lower Mash, and there was a little bit of carnage there. I'm going to be headed downstream to our next big rapid. I'll be seeing you there. All right, get out of the video box, and here we are to Heaven Help Us. This is our next big rapid. As you make your way down the technical top part of this, what you want to watch out for is the 2 gates right here. You hit this big pour over here or get high-sided up on that rock, there's a good chance you can be having an out-of-boat experience. Now let's see how your run takes you through Heaven Help Us. All right, here comes our first raft through the top of Heaven Help Us. Coming in on those gates. And making a nice smooth run there. Great run for Tolly and crew. And here comes our next raft through the top of the gates. Marilyn and crew getting ready for the gates down here, and a nice smooth ride with no effort at all, giving a huge wave. Oh, and it seems like we had some action up here at the top of Heaven Help Us. Alright, and they're setting up for the gates and having a nice smooth ride through there. Great run, guys. And here comes our next raft, really excited. Setting up for the gates and a smooth ride through there. Great run, guys. Alright, and here comes Ann and crew. Setting up, focusing on where they need to be. Nice, smooth run through the gates. Great job, guys. And here comes our next raft of Jen and crew. Paddling, setting up. And another nice smooth ride. And here comes our next raft. Paddling hard, making it through the top. Charging. And making it smooth. All right, folks, that about wraps it up for Heaven Help Us. Again, I'm going to be headed downstream in my little kayak there, and I'm going to be seeing you at our last and our biggest rapid of the day. All right, folks, and here we are to our biggest, baddest, and our last rapid of the day. This is pure screaming hell. As you make your way through the top of the rapid, through these huge holes, you're gonna wanna end up on this wave train leading to this huge hole, the hell hole. And if you end up here, this might happen to you. You might have a huge surf and end up swimming downstream to our takeout. Now, as you make your way downstream, what you want to watch out for is this right here. This ugly nastiness, as you can see all the water pouring under that rock, is the death slot. So as you make your way down, you're going to be paddling hard away from this and towards the hellhole for a huge hit. All right, let's see where your run takes you, going through pure screaming hell. And here comes our first raft dropping into pure screaming hell. They're on that wave train, going straight for a good hit here at the hellhole. Great job, guys. And here comes our next raft, giving a big wave just before starting to paddle and getting on that wave train towards the hellhole. Nice big hits on those waves. And it looks like they're right on track for a nice big hit here. And here's Ann and crew setting up, paddling together, trying to set up for a good hit here. Staying real well on the wave train. And it looks like it's gonna be a good hit here. Great ride there. And here comes our crew of crazy gung-hoers. Let's see if they go big in pure screaming hell. They're setting up for a big hit on the wave train. Nice huge hits there. And a nice big hit there. All right, here comes Holly and crew. Trying to set up for a good ride through the wave train into the hellhole. Paddling hard, working together, trying to get over here. And it looks like we have a huge hit here. Oh, that's a great ride. Woo! Nice carnage there. And we have swimmers everywhere. We have swimmers here. Swimmers way over there. Oh, Tolly's helping to pick up the pieces. That was a great hit. That was the octopus of carnage there at the hellhole. Let's see how our next raft does coming through these entrance waves. Nice hit there for Jen and crew. And here comes our next raft, paddling hard through those entrance waves, making their way down for a big hit. Nice run there. Well, give yourselves a hand for that run through the hellhole. Holy hydraulics bit, man, those were some huge hits and huge runs through pure screaming hell. Now, that was a great day today on the Lower Gauley during Gauley Fest weekend. And I have one big question to ask you. Now, wasn't that the best, the greatest, the most amazing time you've ever had in your life? Aw, thanks guys. Well, on behalf of everyone here at Ace, I'd like to say thanks and be sure to come out and do more whitewater with us here at Ace. See ya.
It really didn't matter now, 'cause I was feeling blue. Problems of the world came crashing down on me. I asked, what can I do? Then I realized it affected me, and it really didn't bother you. Get me down. Said, I don't care about the government, 'cause they don't care about me. All I have is this one little life, and yes sir, it was free. So I don't care if it rains all day, 'cause the clouds gonna roll away. river left for you to take hold of me. Live here for the rest of my life, just wait and see. So when I die, I hope I don't, this is where I'll be. My wish come true, the clouds will part, my heaven will be green.